Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunflower Sims, and if you are new, welcome to the channel. Today I am building a family home in Brindleton Bay. This is going to be a home for a family with 2 children and 1 or 2 parents. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, I believe. I don't remember if it's 1 or 2 bathrooms, but it might just be 1 bathroom actually. But yeah, I was feeling inspired to build here. I wanted to do something a little different in terms of like color scheme on the outside. I do like a red color scheme, a burnt orange kind of color. But yeah, I really enjoyed building this house. It has kind of like a little 3-season or greenhouse room on the one side, and then on the right there, and then on the left, all of that is the actual house. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this build, like I said. I'm trying to think of what to say about it. So right now, you can see I'm trying to pick out colors for the exterior and siding and everything, and it ends up just being this like red paneling for most of the house. And then yeah, so I pick out this door from Cats and Dogs. I think I used a lot of Cats and Dogs windows on this build. But yeah, this build is coming out, I'm trying to remember when this build is coming out. It's coming out in March, I think. I think it's coming out probably March 6th. So almost to when the new expansion pack is coming out. The reason I haven't talked about it in any of my previous videos is because I am recording this on February 3rd, the voiceover. So I've been like pre-building tons and tons of stuff, so that everything you've been seeing was before they announced Growing Together. So that is why I haven't talked about it much. But I am very excited for the pack. I think it should be really cool and a lot of fun. I'm so excited about the baby update. I'm so excited about that, and they have so many cute like things for them. So it'll be really exciting when that comes out. So here we are working on like the layout and the floor plan a little bit. That room off to the back does eventually go away because I was going to make it a bathroom, and then you'll see when I did the kitchen, I kind of forgot about it and I didn't leave space for a door, and I didn't want to redo the whole kitchen, so that does go away. Here I am placing columns to kind of give like a edge of the siding type like appearance, so it looks like the siding has like the caps on the sides. I don't know what you would call those. So that is something I am working on right now. Yeah, so that is about it for the columns. I think I'm adding in a chimney now that I enjoyed, or that I liked. I don't know why I said enjoyed. And then I was trying to place some flower boxes or something under this window. I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do here. I play around with a couple different things. So I played around with this and then putting columns on it, but I wasn't quite sure how I liked the look of that. I don't know. It was okay, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I decide to scrap that, and I go for one of these like awning pieces that I think came from Cats and Dogs. So I did my best to match the roof texture on it, but it's not exactly the same. And then I'm gonna start framing out the lot with a fence and figuring out how I want to lay that out. Also, I apologize if you hear a little bit of background noise. My cat is in here. Lorelai, no baby. Don't do that. She's like trying to get into stuff, but it's fine. She's just mad that I locked her in here, but she was like hanging out with me, and so I didn't want to kick her out so I could record, so I left her in here, but now she's kind of like, what am I doing in here? She's just sitting behind me staring at me, so I feel a little creeped out, but you know, that comes with the territory of having cats. Anyway, after that long rant about my kitty, I am working on landscaping, so I go for like pink, white, and blue around this build. I do end up changing some of this because I thought it looked too overgrown and too much. Not that what I put in is less overgrown, I don't think, but you know, it took me a minute to figure out the landscaping here. But in the end, I really like it. I think it's like overgrown a little bit, but it's like pretty still. And I really I'm happy with it. And the gaps between the fences connecting to the house I was leaving because I didn't put it on foundation yet, and I didn't want the fence to be on a foundation. Also, I don't landscape after the foundation. I landscape before the foundation goes up because I find it like impossible to landscape once you have a foundation because the plants keep trying to like hop up to the level of the foundation, and it really drives me nuts. So I typically just do the landscaping and then put the house up on a foundation if I know I'm going to put it on a foundation. But yeah, working on all the landscaping around here. I fixed the fence there on the porch because I realized there was a gap. Putting in like a little pathway where the Sims have walked and trampled down the grass a little bit. And then here I am just continuing with the landscaping. There's quite a bit of it. Also, if you heard that, my cat just jumped off of the other desk in here. I share like an office room with one of my roommates. And so, yeah, there's 2 desks. And there you go. I don't know if you heard her little squeal, her little meow. But that would be Lorelai. Yeah, so we are putting the foundation on finally and picking out some stairs and a railing. And then I am closing off all the fences here. And then I think I add just a little bit more landscaping around the side of this rounded piece here. And then I do quite a bit in this yard. Oh, so I forgot to mention, I imagine that this family has dogs. And so I do put in like a mini agility course in the yard. Because I imagined that maybe they were really into dogs and dog training. Maybe not as their job or anything, but like as a really intense hobby maybe. Putting in a garbage can out there because that's important. But yeah, in this backyard, there's also a chicken coop, and there is a few play items for children. Because like I said, I imagine there are 2 children in this house. I built a room for 2 children. So here, like I said, here I am pulling out stuff for the mini agility course. And then I'm pulling out that chicken coop, and I get monkey bars and a swing for the kids. And then that is like all I put in the yard. There's not a whole lot of stuff. I imagined they would want a lot of space for like the dogs to run around and the kids to run around and stuff. Yeah, so I do that. And then I put like more of this patchy grass under the kids' play items. Like they've been like playing in it a lot. I do play with platforms and add some platforms. So that is a thing. So this little room is lowered 1 step, and then you'll see when I do the living room that is also lowered 1 step. And then yeah, so here I am working on the entry, which is also the dining room. This layout is a little bit different. There's not like a formal entryway, or you don't enter into the living room, but I think it worked out really well. I really like this house. I'm actually really proud of myself for building this. I don't know, I just feel like I used like maybe some different colors than I would normally use. A lot of rich woods and stuff. I don't know, maybe I use them a lot. I don't know. But I don't know. I feel like I made it feel very cozy and homey and lived in and warm. And so I just really enjoyed that, and I'm really happy with this build. So I'm trying to find a rug to go in here for the dining room. And I don't remember off the top of my head which one I pick. It might stay this one, but I think it's a little small, so I think I changed it. I don't remember. Adding in a nice light, and then I do end up getting rid of this window later on in that little nook because I put in a hutch or a china cabinet or whatever you want to call it. Adding a nice big plant on the table, and then this is where I pull out a hutch and decide that it would fit perfectly there, so I get rid of that window. And then choosing a swatch, and then just putting some plants in there, and then yeah, just adding some decorations. I add a little chair in the corner, and I add some dog paintings, I think. I'm trying to remember. Also, my cat is pawing at the door. I think she's just about got it open. She's trying to get out, probably because her cat friend is probably on the other side of the door, and they're probably wanting to play. So that's probably what's going on right now. Also, I'm so sorry for just like jabbering on and on about the cats. Anyway, I put a welcome mat with paw prints, speaking of animals, out on the front porch. And then I was trying to find the thing that came with laundry day that's like half bench, half storage, and I must have been overlooking it because I could not find it for the life of me. So you might even see it while I'm scrolling through all the different categories. I just could not find it. I guess I was going blind to it because that's how it is when you're looking for something sometimes. But I do put in this entry table and mirror, and then I throw down a plant, and I use some of the clutter from the Everyday Clutter Kit, like the keys, and I don't remember what else. I think I put mail down from maybe the debug menu or something. I'm not quite sure. I think I pull it from, the apartment city living pack, that mail. And now we are moving on into the kitchen and living room areas. So as you can see, I split the room and then I put a platform down. So we're going to start out with the living room, just adjusting some plants so they're not poking through. And then I had a little bit of a challenge deciding what fireplace I wanted to use. In the end, I go with this one. I thought it worked really well. I use these base game couches, which I also enjoyed, and I pick out this fluffy rug from, I believe, the Industrial Loft Kit, which is really nice. And I am pulling out a nice big coffee table, although I think I stick with that one in the end. I put a floor lamp down. I go with that one. And then I am putting like a little TV on an angle over here in the corner. And I was going to like put a half wall going into the kitchen, but then it was messing with the platforms and I didn't really want to deal with that. I haven't played with platforms that much and I probably should play with them more so I feel more confident using them, but oh well. So then I added curtains there, and then I don't really put anything on the mantle of that fireplace, but I do put a bunch of dog toys down over here, both a box and outside of the box. And then I'm putting down some fireplace tools like wood and the thingies that you poke the fire with that I don't know what they're called. And then I am cluttering up this table. I put down some dog treats. I don't remember if those stay or not. I put down the chess set, and I don't know off the top of my head everything else. I think the dog treats might go. Yeah, and the chess set goes because I've been using that a lot. So I put down these plants and books from one of the kits, and then I put down this tray from Eco Lifestyle with like the fizzy drink and some tissues, and I think that's about it for the coffee table. And then I put in these little ottomans that I push together under the window for some extra seating, and I pull out a painting. I also had just bought vampires while it was on sale because I couldn't justify spending $20 on that pack when I don't really play with vampires or the occults that much. So you can see I'm like clicking on everything. I'm like, ooh, new stuff. I thought about using that tapestry for a while, but then I ended up going with those other photos. I imagined one of the parents was like a musician and the other one was a photographer. So I do have that in this house, like a lot of like photos and stuff, or paintings. And then here we are working in the kitchen. Speaking of vampires, I use the new counters. Well, they're new to me, not new to most people. The vampire counters that are new to me here in this kitchen space. And then, I really like how this kitchen turned out. It was a little bit difficult for me to fit everything where I wanted it to. So I do end up, I think, moving the stove and oven to where the sink is, and then moving the sink somewhere, I think. I'm trying to remember. But in the end, like, I really liked it. Yeah, so I moved the stove over and add in a dishwasher too. And here I am just grabbing all kinds of clutter stuff. Spice stuff, the old tea kettles, knives. I don't know what else I grab. I grab utensils, of course. I grab some mugs, some plates. I add a dish rack. Some pots and pans, some cans, jars. This kitchen is pretty cluttered, but there's still a lot of counter space, which is really good. I really was happy about that. Adding in paper towel and soap, because of course you need those things in a kitchen. And yeah, I'm just using Move Objects On and holding down Alt to place all these things exactly where I want them. And then what do I do after that? I don't know. I just spend quite a bit of time like putting the clutter where I want. And then I go through and I get some curtains. I size these ones down a little bit. I'm not sure which pack they came from. And then I wanted to put in some shelving in the kitchen. I got this one from Tiny Living, and I think I ended up putting it over on the other side of that tall cabinet there. Yep, right there. And then I add in like some ventilation for the stove, some cookbooks, and then I placed down a rug from Vampires here. And then I'm getting some lights in this kitchen, and that is about it for the kitchen, I think. And then I'm realizing that I didn't leave a door for the bathroom, so then I start scooting stuff around in the kitchen to see if I could make it work by having like a one tile pathway there, and I just realized it wasn't going to work the way I wanted. I didn't like it. I was going to have to give up clutter, so I just get rid of it. The back of the build's a little flat, but it's fine. Yeah, so then I am moving on into this spare room, which I turned into like a greenhouse 3-season kind of room. I put down a couch and I put in some planter boxes. It's a pretty simple room. It's literally just like a couch and some planter boxes. And then I changed the flooring, and that's it for that room. Then we're moving on upstairs and working on the floor plan. It took me a second to get the floor plan for this room, or for this floor. I was just having a hard time at first trying to figure out how I could incorporate like 2 bathrooms, but then also have more than 2 bedrooms. So we end up only having 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So I mean, it's not the most ideal situation, but I think it works. And by most ideal, I mean like only having the 1 bathroom, but again, I think it works. And then here I am putting in doors, important things, and then copying. Well, I didn't copy the wallpaper. I thought about doing that, but I just put in like plain wallpaper. And adjusting the windows there so that way it matches up with my floor plan. And then I am working on in the master bedroom. I really wanted to use like a patterned wallpaper like that, but I just didn't think it was going to work. So I ended up going with this one. I changed the swatch of it a couple times though, which is a whole other scenario. Yeah, so I thought about using this blue bed, but I didn't really care for it. I was like, not the vibe I'm going for. So I ended up going with this one maybe. I don't remember if I keep this one or if I change the bed. I think I keep this one, and then I go with these side tables and I'm just adjusting them to where I want them to go, adding some clutter. I don't end up keeping the clock. I end up putting lamps and then like glasses and a watch on glasses on one, watch on the other table. And then yeah, this is a cozy master bedroom. It's a little bit smaller than some of the ones I've done before. But I mean, it's still a decent size. It's not like a giant master bedroom with like tons and tons and tons of space. So I feel like it's a little bit more realistic. Cluttering up the dresser over here. I end up putting some makeup on here and a jewelry thing from the Everyday Clutter Kit. And that's about it for that dresser. Here I am adding the watch and the glasses like I mentioned. And then I think next we pull out a rug probably after I adjust this clutter the way I want it to go. Or maybe we do the rug at the end. I don't remember the order of what I do. I just remember like how the rooms look and stuff. I thought about putting a fireplace in this room, but then I was like, not really what I want. I put a little chair in the corner and I add a dog bed. And then I am remembering I didn't add a trash can or dog bowl. So I go downstairs in the kitchen and do that. And then I add a painting of dogs. Like I said, I imagine that this family was really into their dogs, even though that's not necessarily their main career. And then I add this nice big rug. I don't remember what pack it's from, but I thought it was nice. And I add a bookshelf and a little dog statue in that bookshelf. And then in this corner here, I add a guitar because, like I said, I imagined one of the parents was like really into music. Yeah, and then I am working on the hallway now. I just put in a Don't Wake the Llama table, and I think I add some curtains later on, but that's about it. So then here we are working on the children's room. I imagine this was for 2 boys, but as per usual, you can put in whatever gender you choose, change things up, anything like that. Yeah, so I end up putting in bunk beds, and I give them a bunch of toys. And I really like the way this kids' room turned out. I thought it was really fun. I thought that one of them was maybe into sports, or both of them were into sports, but they were also very into void critters. So initially I was going to use this Void Critter rug, but I think I end up switching it out for a different rug, and I just don't remember at the moment which rug I switch it out for. I could probably look that up. So I used the Dracula bear because it's new to me and I was excited about it. And then I go ahead and place down, this is the rug I use. No, just kidding, still not the rug I use. I use this one, just a different swatch. Maybe this swatch or a different swatch, I don't remember. I am so terrible at this, I don't remember. Anyway, I do land on that swatch. I'm sorry, I'm cluttering up the dresser now. And then I add some clutter under the one kid's bed, and that is about it for this kids room. Just adding in a bunch of clutter pieces and some Void Critters, like wall arts and stuff. I do go ahead and do curtains in here in just a moment. And then the only thing left in this build is the bathroom, and then we have to put some curtains in the hallway. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this build, and thank you for sticking all the way through it. Oh, I'm just kidding, we still have one more room here. But thank you seriously for sticking through this build if you've made it this far. Cluttering up the hall, and I realized that I don't have the footage of that other room, but you'll see it in the screenshots. It's like an office basically. So here I am doing the bathroom. It has a shower tub combo and then everything else you would need and clutter. So if you enjoyed this build, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. When we get to 100 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway of some kind. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed this build or what suggestions you might have. Tell me what you're most excited about for the Growing Together expansion pack. And this is pretty much it. I'm like procrastinating now because I started this like outro just a little too early, but here we are wrapping up. Bathroom is just about done with lots and lots of clutter. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you all later, and bye guys.